Is this 1999 all over again? That's the question everybody's asking me right now. NVIDIA is one of the most valuable companies on the planet Earth. Tech stocks are pulling the entire market higher. And every day I see a new headline saying, gotta watch out for a bubble inflating in real time, just like the dot-com crash. So are we? Are we watching that? Is AI just the internet with a new coat of paint? It's overpriced. It's about to blow up the same way. So let's dig in on that, you guys. The similarities, the differences, how we look at this as Rule 1 investors, and how we should be thinking about playing this. So first, why does the comparison exist at all? Well, because on the surface, it's uncanny. In the late 1990s, everybody knew the internet was going to change the world, and they were right, it did. The mistake wasn't believing in the internet. The mistake was believing every company wearing .com label was a good investment. Does that sound familiar? Today, it's AI software, healthcare, manufacturing, finance, AI everywhere. Every company on earth suddenly has an AI story, and investors are paying up for that story whether or not there's anything behind it. Allbirds was a sustainable merino wool and tree fiber sneaker company. On April 15th this year, they told the world they are now a high-performance AI compute infrastructure, hardware leasing, and GPU as a service company, and their stock went up 600% in the single trading session. So here's the hard truth. AI is absolutely going to reshape the economy. That part isn't in question. What is in question is who wins. Will it be the model builders? Will it be the chip makers or the cloud giants or the Allbirds or some company that doesn't even exist yet? That's the exact same fog investors were standing in back in 1999. Very few people back then doubted the internet would change everything. What they got wrong was guessing which companies would actually benefit from this, from the value that got created. A lot of the winners of that era are dead now. Meanwhile, some of the biggest companies alive today weren't even born yet, and a few that barely registered on anybody's radar in 1999 went on to become giants. So yeah, FOMO, hype, a tidal wave of money chasing one theme, that part rhymes with 1999 pretty hard. But here's where the comparison falls apart. The dot-com bubble wasn't really about tech stocks getting expensive. It was about companies with no profits, sometimes no revenue, getting priced like they'd already won. So there's a study, by the way, from 2002 that found companies could literally slap .com onto their name and watch their stock pop 74% in 10 days. 74% for a name change. Now that's not investing going on. That's just gambling on vibes. So compare that to today. The companies that are leading the AI charge, Google, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, they aren't hoping to someday turn a profit. They're already throwing off tens of billions of dollars a year in profit. Dominant moats, fortress balance sheets, real customers paying real money for real products. These aren't companies trying to prove they can make money. They already have. They make great money. But does that make them cheap? No. Some of these stocks are priced for absolute perfection. And if reality falls short, they could get crushed. And that's what happened to great businesses before, and it'll happen again. Paying too much for a great business is still a mistake, but it's a completely different mistake than paying a fortune for a story with nothing behind it. A friend of mine told me that as long as he bought prime real estate, time fixed all his mistakes. And that's a whole different ballgame than buying a piece of swamp because somebody named it Park Place. So is this 2000 all over again? Well, sort of, and also not really. Here's the part that actually matters for you. Nobody, including me, knows where this is going to go next. Maybe AI runs hot, maybe for another 5 years, maybe expectations get way ahead of reality, maybe it corrects hard, maybe both. Timing this market has never been our job. Warren Buffett never pretended to know that stock prices are going to be high or low next month, and neither do we. Our job never changes, you guys. Just understand the business, make sure it has a big moat, talented management, and buy it on sale. Just follow the process. No matter what's dominating the headlines, doesn't matter. 25 years ago it was internet stocks, today it's AI. Tomorrow it'll be something else. And here's a rule that is going to save you a lot of pain. If it's outside your circle of competence, you don't have to touch it. Chasing the hot thing because you're afraid of missing out, that's how people lose a lot of money, not make it. And here's the fun part. While everybody's staring at the same shiny object, opportunity tends to show up somewhere else entirely. And that's happening right now. Software as a service companies have gotten hammered over the last couple of years. Hammered. Largely because investors panicked that AI would wipe them out, and so they sold them off. And then they asked questions later, and they're asking questions now. Could AI disrupt software? Sure, for some of them. Some businesses will struggle to adapt. A few will disappear entirely. That's true in every major technological shift. The real question was never whether AI would have an impact. It's which businesses are positioned to benefit and which ones have advantages that hold up. The moat, right? Plenty of these companies are already weaving AI into their products, and many of them have huge switching moats and proprietary data that doesn't just evaporate because there's a new buzzword in town. The AI frenzy made a whole corner of the market cheap for reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with the businesses getting any worse. For a value investor, that's the dinner bell, you guys. So we go back to the same 4 questions we always ask: bubble or no bubble? Do you understand the business? Do you understand what AI is, right? In this case, where it's going, which hyperscaler is the one to bank off? Do you really? Do you? What's the meta AI moat that Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft can't cross? Is management honest and talented at OpenAI? Are we getting a real margin of safety? Or are these prices a bubble that's going to pop? Well, the answer is you stick to what you know. Ask these questions consistently and you're going to be fine, no matter what the bubbles are blowing up. Buffett didn't buy into IBM in the 1950s or the internet in the 1990s. He bought chocolate and gum and railroads and compounded at 20% a year. And we can do the same. Just do the work and be patient. Now, if you want to actually learn how to ask those kinds of questions like Buffett does, come and join us. We have a live 3-day Rule 1 workshop coming up in Atlanta in September. Links are in the description and the pinned comment. The workshop's free. I've been teaching this stuff since 2009. We've now put more than 30,000 investors through that 3-day course, and the results speak for themselves. Trustpilot score of 4.8, NPS better than Harvard or Yale business schools. Thousands of people just like you have taken control of their financial future. Some of them have become hedge fund managers. So come on, do it, you guys. Let's get to it. And thanks for watching this. Now go play.